Well, most little girls dream of becoming a ballerina when they grow up, but not many face the physical challenges Statesboro's Catherine Whitlock overcame as a baby to turn her continuing dance career from a dream into a miracle.
How many wonders can one cavern hold?
For most of her life, Catherine Whitlock has been dancing directly toward where she is now headed, and away from the challenges she faced to get there.
She may never walk, is what we were told.
Heather Whitlock's second pregnancy was normal until she delivered Catherine.
As soon as she was delivered, I heard the OBGYN, he started immediately yelling, "NICU, NICU." I looked immediately at my husband, who is a pediatrician, and he had a look of panic on his face.
Catherine was born with a sac of leaked spinal fluid on her back. She had an ultrasound at 2 days old and underwent anesthesia and an MRI at 4 days old.
And that was what gave us the definite diagnosis of spina bifida, but she also had a tethered spinal cord, and therefore every time she would move, it was getting stretched. And as she grew in utero, it had been stretched all that time, which then caused significant nerve damage.
9 months later, Catherine had surgery to untether her spine at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, but it was still a year and a half until she would walk.
She was not able to sit up like most babies could. She could not crawl, so she rolled across the floor. Anywhere she wanted to go in the house, she would just roll from side to side to get there. As my husband said, you know, she was born into the perfect family, a medical family that can help her. And if she's in a wheelchair, that's fine. We will work through this.
Catherine was also born with an older sister involved in an activity that quickly drew her interest too.
I remember riding with my mom to drop my older sister off at dance class and just always asking her, like, when is it going to be my turn? When is it going to be my turn? And I would watch her old recitals on repeat and just always try and copy what they were doing, and I just wanted to do it so bad.
So she started in dance when she was 3 and hasn't stopped.
When I'm dancing, it's kind of like an escape. I don't have to think about anything else. I just focus on the steps and, you know, my stage presence and performance quality. Once I got into about middle school, I realized that I was really serious about it and I wanted to do it for the rest of my life.
She danced so beautifully, and I could see that there was something special there, and when her teacher started picking her for very special parts, then I knew that there was something there.
Now 18, Catherine has been with the Statesboro School of Dance for years, often the lead ballerina in their shows. She played Ariel in their adaptation of The Little Mermaid 2 weeks ago, her final performance with the group before she realizes another dance dream and enters the prestigious dance program at Florida State University.
I was auditioning, you know, all across the country this fall, but Florida State just always had a place in my heart. And so when I received that acceptance, it was the last one I received. And it was just, I couldn't believe that it was happening. Like, it was so shocking. I was so excited, and immediately it was like I didn't have to think twice about it. It was like, I'm going here.
She hopes to dance professionally after college, but her ultimate goal is to share her love of dance by teaching it.
I'm a firm believer that anyone can dance. So when I'm a dance teacher one day, I hope to have a class for kids that it doesn't matter if they are in a wheelchair or whatever disabilities or setbacks they may have, that anyone can dance. And I just want to help them find that passion.
That's a lesson she embodies on stage, and a will Heather is reminded of every time she watches her daughter do the only thing she ever wanted to do.
It's wonderful to see your children achieving their dreams and doing something that they absolutely love. But to see the absolute joy in her face and how much she loved it, I knew that this was her passion, this was her destiny. I still get goosebumps standing on the side watching her, and she'll look over at me and she can see the tears in my eyes as I watch her, and I think we both try not to cry.
Pretty remarkable what a little girl just never even thought twice about overcoming. I confess I don't know a lot about spina bifida, but I'd always heard it could be very debilitating, and Catherine just didn't let her hold her back.
It sounds like she knew what she was going to do, and from the beginning when they said she was rolling from side to side, she was like, oh, I'm going to dance and do whatever I want to.
She was dancing already.
Yeah.
And she always wanted to be a teacher as well. She used to
Nice.
take her stuffed animals and line them up and teach them dance. When she
Nice.
was 5 years old, she was doing that. And she, as she said, she always had her heart set on Florida State, and that became solidified as soon as she stepped on campus and she saw that their studio is the Catherine W. Dance Studio. So it's got her name on it.
Yeah.
They're ready for her.
She's awesome. Well, that's great.
All right, we'll be right back.